friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a really fun one. I'm going to be sharing with you our most used toys and our toy rotation. So it's basically going to be like a toddler gift guide for ages like 1 to 4. We have 3 kids and all of them are less than 2 years apart, and our oldest is about to turn 4 tomorrow actually. So we've been kind of in the toddler years for several years now, and I thought it would be really fun to do a video where I share some of the most used toys that we go through often, that our kids are gravitating towards, that they love playing with. Because I know for us, we live in a really small house. Our house is 800 square feet, so we don't have a ton of room to store tons and tons of toys. And I also tend to be pretty minimal with toys overall. I love to do a toy rotation and keep the options that we have out pretty limited so that it doesn't get chaotic and overwhelming to have all these toys out and then your kids aren't playing with like any of them. With the holidays coming up and Black Friday is coming up, so lots of people are having sales, I thought this was the perfect time to do a video like this and give you some ideas for your own kids. If you have kids in the same season of life as I do, this will be perfect for you to get some gift ideas for your kids. But also, even if you don't have kids in that season of life, even if you have older kids, or if you're a grandparent or an aunt or uncle who needs to buy gifts for a niece or nephew or a friend, I think this will give you a lot of ideas as well. So hopefully this will be very helpful, and I'm so excited to get into it. If you're new around here, my name's Cayenne, and I share lots of content around Christian motherhood, intentional daily rhythms, and simple living. I share a lot of life with 3 kids, and a lot of day in the lifestyle content where I share faith and motherhood and homemaking and all of those kind of things. So if you love that kind of content, I would love for you to subscribe and join this little YouTube family. And if you're not new around here, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video, and I'm so excited to have you here. Okay, I'm going to start out this video actually on the floor so that you can kind of see the section of our living room that is dedicated to toys, because like I mentioned, we do have a really small house, so we don't have a playroom or anything like that where we can keep our toys, so we have to dedicate a section of our living room. So we have this cube organizer over here that we keep our weekly toy rotation in, and we rotate toys out. There's a few spaces that are empty right now because I'm using some of those toys in this video, but we only have 6 toys out at a time, and then we have a basket typically with some sort of open-ended building type toy on the side that I keep over here. So this is kind of how we have our setup. I thought that would be helpful to see, and I wanted to start with the first item that is the largest item. This is not always here. But this is our Pickar Triangle, and we are obsessed with this thing. This is literally the most used toy in our house for well over 2 years at this point. And I'm gonna flip you around in just a second to show you the other pieces that come with it, but it's basically a climbing triangle, and my kids ages 6 months all the way up to 4 is my oldest, but we also have friends come over that have older kids that are even like 8 to 10. And they love this thing too. It's basically like an indoor jungle gym. So especially on days when it's really rainy or in the winter when it's really cold and you can't spend hours and hours outside, this is a great way for them to get their energy out and be able to go climb and do all sorts of different things with it. My 2 youngest, my oldest, we didn't have this when she was a baby, but my 2 younger ones, we've had it since they were a baby, and both of them started pulling up on this and even starting to climb on the top bottom thing just when they were like 6 to 8 months old. I think it really helps them with their motor skills, learning to pull up and just different things like that. And all of my kids love climbing on it, but they also love being creative with it. They make forts with this thing. That is a super common thing that they love to do. They'll go get blankets, make a fort with it, and then let me show you the other pieces really quick. Okay, I got all the pieces out to show you really quick, but when we bought this a couple years ago, we got the 3-piece set. So it came with the large like triangle part of it, and then it also comes with this slide, and the other side of that is a rock climbing wall, so they can choose which one they want to do. And my kids love to like race cars down this, or you know, roll balls down it, put their baby dolls down it, all sorts of different things with the slide, and then they'll flip it over and use the rock climbing wall to just climb on it again. And then this piece, I have it upside down right now. It's actually like an arched little half circle, so you can turn it upside down, and they use that to climb on top of and do different things like that. They'll also make a fort in this part, and they really like making like a little reading nook when they cover it with blankets, and then they'll crawl in the little tunnel and make a little reading area. But another way that we love to use it regularly is we'll put pillows on the inside like this, and we make it into like a little rocker, so it just rocks back and forth. They can sit in it to read books, or if we want to have a movie night, they'll sit in it to do that, and they absolutely love that. Okay, I figured I would show you that one first just because it's already out, and like I said, it really is the most used one that we have. All the rest of the toys aren't going to be in a particular order, but since this was already out, I figured I'd start with that. I also really love that they're a small business, so you can support a small business by ordering through them. That was one of the reasons I bought through them specifically a few years ago, and they're really awesome with their customer service, their response time, all of that kind of thing. So we've really enjoyed this product. It's awesome. They're having a Black Friday sale right now, so I will link it below for you so you can go jump in, and then if you use my discount code Cayenne, that will get you an extra discount on top of that. I will have all of that information down below for you, and on to the rest of the toys. Okay, the next toy, like I said, these aren't in any particular order. I just set out a bunch of our favorites. This is a screwdriver set. So it has a few different tools that you can use to like screw the different screws. It's got these little levers that you can use here. I don't know what these are called. Whatever these things are called. It just has a bunch of little knickknacks and tools that they can use. And my son especially is obsessed with this. We got this when he was probably like 1.5, 18 months, something like that, and he has used it consistently all the time. He loves this toy, and he will often like take this little set and take the little tools and crawl under a chair and be like working on his chair like it's a car, like all these different things. He absolutely loves this. So this one's a really fun one to keep them busy, and I feel like they just learn different ways to use it as they go on. The next one, this is a little safari set, so it has the little people up front, and then it opens up and you can put the little animals. It has all these little animals in it, so you can put them in the back, or you can also use the shape side here and put them into the correct side. So it really helps with fine motor skills. My kids love any sort of like vehicle that drives that they can put things in. They absolutely are obsessed with. So they have loved this. They love loading it up even with other things that aren't animals and just pushing it around, and they have so much fun with it. So I will have all of the links to these specific toys down below so that you can grab them really quick, so that you have easy access, because I know that Black Friday sales are coming, and probably most of these will have some sort of discount, I would guess, just because I feel like lots of people have discounts this time of year. So I'll link everything down below so you can grab the links really easy. The next toy is this little egg toy, and it's such a cute little egg set, first of all, but when you open each of the eggs, they have shapes and colors inside. So I feel like this one has been really awesome to help with learning shapes and colors, and also to learn skills of like matching them together and getting them to fit together. And then you can also use it just like in your kitchen stuff. If you ever have any kitchen toys out, or if your kids love to play cooking and different things like that, they'll also use it for that. So it works really well, you know, just to be kind of multi-purpose in that way. Okay, the next toy I have is this little fire truck, and yes, I'm missing one at the moment. A couple of these, I'm missing like one little piece, and honestly, I think it's lost in the toy storage somewhere, and I didn't have time to search through and find it. So just envision that it has the 4 pieces. You know, if you're a mom, you probably relate. Probably little pieces of your toys occasionally get lost and you can't find them also. So it is what it is. It's fine. Moving on. Anyway, so it's a little fire truck toy. It's like the cutest thing I've ever seen, first of all. I think it's just adorable, and you can press these down and then they pop up. And my kids' ages, like my baby is currently 8 months, and she can't fully push it down and have it pop up, but she can push it down and it'll pop back up slowly because she doesn't have the pressure yet, and she absolutely loves it, all the way up to my 4-year-old still plays with it. And also it comes with like these little pegs that have a face on them, so they have also taken these little pegs and used them in other toys, like in a dollhouse or any sort of like, even like that car that I just showed that had the different animals, they'll put them in there as passengers, just different things like that. So I feel like it works really well to use even these little peg pieces also. Okay, sorry, apparently I had my watch not on silent, so it's been beeping, so well, and now I just pinged my phone. Okay, hot mess express over here today apparently, but sorry for that. I turned it off now, so it shouldn't be an issue. But the next toy I have is a cash register. I feel like this is an awesome one to have. First of all, it comes with money. I don't have the money out currently because we do have a baby, and it makes me nervous to keep the coins out and stuff like that, so I'll let them play with the paper money, but I thought I turned this off. Okay, I fixed my watch. Sorry. Apparently I did not turn it off when I went to do that, and I pinged my phone. I just pinged my phone. I didn't turn the sound off, so. Okay. Anyways, can you tell that it has been a busy week around here, and my brain is a little bit fried apparently. Anyways, this cash register. Yes. So we don't keep the money pieces out because I feel like my baby might get a hold of them, and that makes me really nervous. So I don't keep those out currently, just in the stage of life that we're in. However, they love to come and play restaurant with this. It has like a little, whatever this is called, scanner, I think that's what it's called. You can play with the beads, you can press the buttons, and like I said, I do keep the paper money out for them to play with. I just don't have it in here right now. So they love to set up a little restaurant or a grocery store or anything like that, and they'll use this alongside like their food toys that they have, and they have so much fun with that. Okay, friend, I am so excited. The week is finally here. My brand new course that I have been talking to you guys about is finally live, and it is available now. It is specifically for stay-at-home moms who crave more peace and less overwhelm overwhelm in their life. And how we do that is by me teaching you my exact strategy and all of the steps for how I started implementing daily rhythms in my life to help me get more done in less time, to prioritize what truly mattered to me, getting time back with the people that I love most by setting up systems in my life for my home and my life to flow on autopilot, so that I wasn't making the same decisions day in and day out over and over and over again on repeat, trying to figure out what needs to get done, feeling paralyzed because it felt like there was so much to get done that I just didn't even know where to start, but that I had these systems to fall back on that just run in the framework and the background of my life to help me accomplish what matters most to me and to give me more peace and more time with my family while I'm doing it. So if any of that resonates with you, if you feel like just constantly hustling and trying to get more done and trying to be productive and efficient with the time that you have, but you still get to the end of the day and you have 10 items left to do on your to-do list, you have been running, you haven't been sitting down at all the entire day, you also have not been sitting and enjoying playing with your kids or reading with your kids or just talking with your kids because you've had to push them through the day saying, okay, hold on one more minute. Once I get this done, honey, let mommy finish this one task and then we can do that all day long until you fall into bed exhausted at the end of the day and you still have a sink full of dishes, so that you know you're going to wake up the next day overwhelmed because you don't have any dishes to make breakfast the next day. Just little things like that really add up. That can cause a lot of overwhelm and stress and chaos in our brains, and we want to cut as much of that out to give you more time back, to give you that peace that you so deeply desire, and to help you create these systems to let your life be more productive, to get more done in less time, and to truly live out what matters most to you. If you feel a tugging on your heart that this is for you, that there is something in here that you could get out of this, I ask you to lean into that and pray through that. Go look at the page for my course. I provide a whole layout as far as the curriculum, what I teach, how I teach it, who this is specifically for. All of those kind of things are in the link that I will put in the description below. So go look through that, consider if this is for you, and if you feel a tugging on your spirit, lean into that. Don't be scared to take the first step. We can make this change happen together, and I have been pouring so many hours and hard work and effort into creating this because I was you. I was where you are sitting now a few years ago. I was so overwhelmed. I wasn't getting anything done. I was spending so much time spinning my wheels trying to figure out what needed to get done that I was just wasting tons of time. And I knew that I ultimately wanted to be loving my kids well. I wanted to be loving my husband well. I wanted to be making sure that I was living out the calling that God had on my life. But I was getting so lost in the shuffle of trying to do everything day in and day out and not having the routines and rhythms to fall back on to make my life easier. I want to alleviate that for you. I want to alleviate that stress and that overwhelm and that decision fatigue. I want to help you with that. I want to teach you how we can do this. I want to teach you how to implement these rhythms that are going to truly change your life. So I will link more information down below so that you can go to the page and learn all about this course. But I wanted to let you know that we are having limited edition, lowest pricing ever for only this week. So this will expire Tuesday evening at 11:59 p.m. Central Time, and the price will go up after that. So if you want to jump in, I highly recommend jumping in before that so that you can get the discounted launch week pricing, and I'm so excited to see you in there. Thank you for listening, friend. Let's get back to the video. This is a little horse stable. So if you didn't know, if you don't watch our channel yet, we have been backyard homesteaders for a couple years now, and we have had goats and chickens. That's it. Just goats and chickens, I guess. There's nothing else. And a garden and things like that. But obviously we do not have the space in the city to be able to have horses. And my daughter loves horses. She would love to have a horse one day, and I pray and hope that that will happen at some point. But we got her this little set for her birthday last year. And it comes with these, just the little horses that they can play with, and you can put them in the stable, and she just gets a kick out of this. We've even taken this set with us traveling when we need to have like a couple toys for them to play with at an Airbnb or something like that. We'll take it in the car because it packs up really nice, and then she can use the horses and just play with the horses on their own, and also have the stable to put them in and keep everything together. So she loves this one. If you have a horse loving child or animal loving child, this one would be awesome for you. This is in a basket because I had it out in our current toy rotation, but this is just a set with food. I don't know, just a fruit set, and you can stick the different half pieces together, so it's velcroed so you can stick them together. And then it comes with a knife that I also don't have at the moment because it's not in the basket, so It's probably under my couch somewhere. Anyways, but it comes with a knife so that you can cut them. And I honestly really think that this has helped with their knife skills, just doing this. We started with these when they were probably like a year to 18 months and have played with them regularly since then. And we've obviously worked in the kitchen and worked with, you know, knives, safe knives and things like that since then. But I really think this helped lay the foundation for them of kind of learning some of those motor skills, those fine motor skills of cutting the fruit. And every kid that comes to our house, when we have this one out, they gravitate towards this and they will play with it for so long. So anything that keeps their attention for that long is, you know, a win in my book. Okay, next to the Pickar Triangle, this is our second most used toy of all time, and that is Magna-Tiles. If you have been around at all in the kids space and you have watched any toy videos or anything like that, you probably have heard about Magna-Tiles because they're very popular, and for good reason, because they are incredible. First of all, I actually don't have the regular Magna-Tiles. I have Picasso tiles that I will link below. They are cheaper and they have stood up so well for us. I see no difference between the main Magna-Tiles, and they're so much cheaper. Plus, if you grab them on Black Friday or around Black Friday, they discount them quite a lot on top of that, so you can get a set of these for so cheap. I'm actually getting another set this Black Friday just so that we can have more pieces to build larger things. But my kids love, this is just an open-ended toy. Obviously they can build anything that they want with it, and my kids love this. This is one that we very frequently keep out all the time with our toy rotation. Sometimes I'll alternate it with another building toy, but a lot of times we keep it out constantly because they're just constantly using it. They don't get bored of it. They build like little dinosaur houses, they build huge like tunnels, and I don't know, anything that their imagination wants. And then as they get older, it can progress with them and they can build cool things. So we've started looking up on YouTube different Magna-Tile like people that show you how to make different things, and they have really loved that. Especially my almost 4-year-old, she really loves like making something that someone else shows you how to do, so that's been really fun. So anyways, if I can recommend anything to toddler parents, it's Magna-Tiles. That's my number 2 recommendation because it will keep them busy for so long. They can do it on their own, they'll just grow in their skills. It's awesome. I will link that down below, but we also have the Picasso tiles, what is it called, the ball run, the marble run set. The only thing with this is I only get this out because I do have a baby. I only get it out during times that she's napping, so I just get them out specifically like when I can pay attention and know where all the balls are going. But if you don't have a baby, then you could keep it out all the time. This one is just absolutely precious. It is an espresso machine, and if you have watched my channel, one, you know I am a coffee lover. I drink multiple coffees a day. I have an espresso machine and I love to make iced lattes with my kids. Actually, we've started doing coffee time in the past probably year or so. We've really started implementing coffee time, which is basically where in the mornings, if one of them gets up before the other kids, they'll come out really quietly and find me and we'll have coffee together. So for me, I make myself an actual latte, and then I make the kids, like, I use my frother on my espresso machine and I put milk in it, and then they can choose whichever syrup that I happen to have on hand, because I make different kinds of syrup depending on what time of year it is. So they get their choice of which syrup, and they get to have, you know, so like they can choose like, do you want a vanilla latte, or a vanilla coffee is what I'll usually call it. Do you want a vanilla coffee or a brown sugar coffee or peppermint mocha? Like whatever I have on hand, they get to choose. So it's like a coffee shop almost. And just froth the milk really quick with my espresso machine and then pour the syrup in, put it in a cute little mug for them, and we'll sit at the table or cuddle on the couch, and we usually just hang out and have some quality time. It's made for a really awesome like rhythm in our life to connect regularly. We'll do it sometimes throughout the week as well, even if it's not one of the kids waking up first. It's something that we do regularly now, and the kids ask for it because they absolutely love it. But anyway, so coffee is a theme in our household for sure, and we got this for my daughter for her birthday last year, and she has loved it. It is so cute. First of all, it comes with like these little espresso pucks, and you put it, let's see if I can get it to, you put it in the top here, and then you turn this and it comes out the bottom. How cute is that? Are you kidding me? There are just some kid toys that you are like, I wish I had this when I was a child. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And also, obviously, like the colors of this are just really aesthetic and adorable, which just speaks to my heart, because I care about those kind of things. I know. Comes with like the coffee mugs and the milk and the spoons, so they can just make their own coffee. And they have spent so much time making their own coffee shop, and coffee is, even aside from this coffee machine, coffee is the #1 thing that my kids make me when they're making food of any sort. If they're playing in the sandbox and they're making some sort of food, they make me coffee. So I don't know what that says about my life, but you know, I like coffee, so it's okay. This one I already had out in our toy rotation, so it's in this basket. This is kind of the basket that we keep out, that I keep some sort of building activity in, whether that's Magna-Tiles or whether that's another kind of building activity. And these, I think they're called play bricks. I'll link them down below because I have the link saved and everything. I think they're called play bricks, but they just go together. You can build anything. I mean, it's just, you know, a building toy, and there's lots of different size pieces, so you can build whatever you want to with them. And my kids love these. Also, my baby loves these to chew on, so I guess it can be a teething toy also. I would not think that this would feel good on your teeth, but apparently she does. Does that make me a bad mom? Probably not, right? No. Definitely not. We have really loved this, and this is another one. I'll probably get another set to be able to build like larger amounts of toys. There's a lot of pieces in it, but sometimes if your kids really love it, you want to get another set on top of that so they can just build larger. I don't know, my kids always want to build like mansions apparently, and we don't have enough pieces for that, so clearly I need to get another one. Okay, this one is a little bit debatable, so you are welcome to opt out if you are not into loud music making things in your house. But this is a musical instrument set. It's a wooden instrument set. There's so many different options in here. Obviously, as you can tell, it's very loud. It can get very loud when the kids are using it. I am not a mom that limits, like, I don't say, oh no, loud toys are allowed in my house. I don't know. I just don't limit that because I just feel like if they're being creative, if they're playing independently and they want to be loud, within reason, obviously. I don't bring this out when my baby is napping or different things like that. But I just feel like, you know, they might as well. That's totally fine with me within reason. So we also have like a kid-size piano that is adorable that they love to play on, and man, they bang on that piano and it is loud, but they have so much fun with it, and I'm all for that. This set specifically has, I don't know, like 20 pieces probably in it, a bunch of different instruments. I could not name all of them to save my life, but my kids absolutely love it, and you know what, then it's a learning opportunity because I can look up what the heck is this instrument. Please tell me what it is so that I can teach my children how to use it, because I do not know. Along the lines of loud toys, I might as well mention this one now. This is a very small toy. This is literally like a few dollars, and I got this as a stocking stuffer I think last year, and this would make an awesome stocking stuffer. But there are these little tubes. Let me just demonstrate for you. See, quite loud. And then make toys as they go up. Anyways, my kids have loved these. These were only a few dollars, and I don't know, they have so much fun with them. They love to just play with them and pull them apart and put them back together. Even the baby likes to play with them too. She'll put her mouth on one end. She's 8 months old, and she'll put her mouth on one end and talk through it, and she loves to figure out how her voice is echoing and all of that, and it's really cute to watch. So yeah, anyways, if you need something that is only a couple dollars, or like a stocking stuffer, something like this is perfect. If we are ranking toys, this would be ranked number 3. I have the Pickar Triangle, and then I said, what did I say, the Magna-Tiles? This is number 3, which seems very random, I know. First of all, I like that this is like not quite as bright as other things. I know I'm just that basic girl that I do care somewhat about the colors in my home, especially I think because we have all of our toys out in the living room. So, you know, when you walk into our home, you see toys. I mean, they're not everywhere. We have it dedicated to a specific spot, but I do care a little bit. I like the aesthetic toys. I just think they're really fun. I'm not saying we can't have any color and that everything has to be wooden. I mean, in my perfect world, it probably would all be wooden and aesthetic colors. But anyways, I just like that this is a little bit more muted colors. I'm not against color. It's just sometimes I don't want like fire truck red and the brightest orange you can find and the brightest blue all in the same thing, right? If you agree with this, comment down below so that I don't feel as crazy. Anyways, dump truck. The reason they love this, they love to race this thing around our entire house. They fill up the back with any random toys they can find, anything, or socks or clothes or any random thing they can find. They will load up the back and they'll race it around the house as fast as they can go, and then dump out the items, put them back in, and do the whole thing over again. And this keeps them so occupied. This is also, I will say, the most fought after toy in our house, I will say. So disclaimer there. We're, you know, working through that, but they love this toy. If you want to know what the award for the cutest toy that you've ever seen goes to, it would be this little tiny ice cream truck. It is so cute. It comes with, first of all, I'm missing a cone. I know, it's okay, it's fine. I'll find it later. It comes with all these popsicle sticks that are just adorable, and then it comes with a scoop so they can scoop the cone and put it on the inside here if they want to and make their own ice cream cones. They love this thing. They have spent so much time playing with it, and yeah, this has been an awesome purchase. Also, it's just adorable, but it's not so big that it takes up, like, I feel like there's a lot of really cute toys like this, but they're ginormous. They're like kitchen, you know, like kid kitchen size. And it's like, especially in a small house, I just don't have the space to have a bunch of those toys sitting around, because where do you put them? Suddenly their entire room is filled with all these toys that are taking up all the wall space. And so this is small, like if you can kind of see. This is a really cute one. This big bag here is building blocks that are city building blocks. Maybe I can put a picture on the screen to kind of show you a picture once they're built and all put together, because it's kind of hard to visualize here. But they have, let me see, all these different little pieces that, like, they have different roofs with different pictures. Like this is like an ice cream shop, if you can see. This is another roof with little drawings on it. So they have all sorts of different things. They'll have like this one is a bookstore, and there's a school, and you can put like a little cute roof on it. Anyway, so you can build your own little city with these blocks. You could just build normal and just build whatever you want to, but you can also build an actual city, which I think is really cute. I just feel like it grows with them as they get older, and they have really used this a ton. I love open-ended toys like this because, you know, they can't just use it in one way. They can use it a ton of different ways. It can grow as they get older, and they can still have fun with it. They can just build their imagination and their creativity. This item, as far as when I've left links over on Instagram or over here, this is one of my most bought items, and it is a sensory tool kit. So it comes with all of these little cute sensory things. So it comes with like a little pan. It has different size little plates and little cups, some pots in here, all sorts of different things. And what we specifically use this for, like I said, is sensory activities. So I will often, I'm a big sensory activity mom, like I love doing that because it's so easy. I think people overcomplicate it, but really you just need like water or rice or beans or dirt. I mean, literally any staple ingredients that you have in your pantry or that you can go find outside, leaves, like all of those kind of things, and you just put it in a bin, usually with like a couple dump trucks or cars or little animal figurines. You can get so creative with it, but just basic toys that you already have, and you just kind of create a little activity for them almost. So often we'll take like little animals and put them in water with soap, and they're gonna give the animals a bath. Super easy. Or we'll have rice in a bin, and we'll use these, and they can cook with it, and they can make their dinner, and they'll stay busy for so long. And there's so many benefits to sensory play just as they grow and develop, but it's also just so much fun, and I feel like it entertains them really well. It helps build their confidence in playing by themselves, which as a mom, if you need to get things done, that is key. You want your kids to be able to play independently as much as possible. So anyways, we'll use this with Play-Doh, all sorts of different activities, and it has been one that we grab multiple times a week. So we absolutely love this, and it has stood up. We've had it for a few years now, and it has stood up for sure. Okay, this is a balance board. So I'm going to try and show you the different ways you can use it. So traditionally you can use it like this, where it's turned upside down, but you can also, what my kids use it for even more than that, is turning it upside down like this and using it as a ramp for cars, or you know, they'll build towers on top of it too. They do all sorts of things. And then the other thing that we use it for a lot is we will turn it upside down like this, and we'll add pillows on top of it, similar to the curved piece of the Pickler that I showed you that we put pillows in and make a little rocker. We do the same thing with this. Both of my kids that are toddlers currently, they'll sit next to each other in their little rockers with their pillows, and they'll read books, or like I said, we'll pull it out for a movie night. So it's just been an awesome addition that we really love to have another option for both of my kids to have something. This is a really fun option, especially if you have a smaller space like we do. If you have a kid that loves cars, this little ramp, so you have the cars on top and then you put them here and they go all the way down, and it's really fun. And I've seen so many car toys that have the ramps, and they're huge and they're so much fun, and my son would love it, but also we don't have the room to keep it out. And so this is small enough that it can actually fit in that cube organizer, so we can keep it like just with our weekly toy rotation, which I feel like for us is just a lot more user-friendly and functional for where we're at currently with the size of house that we have. And you know, your toys have to work for the space that you have. If you have a huge toy that has to sit out in the middle of your living room in order to be used, you're probably not going to use it all that much, right? And so this just, yeah, this just fits the need that we had. One toy I'll mention that I actually don't have with me is a camera. So we had a little toddler camera for my daughter that she absolutely loved. We also used to be photographers. We were full-time photographers for a long time, so I feel like she naturally has this love for cameras just because she's seen us do that for work for so long. But even aside from that, lots of toddlers love to take pictures, and it's a little tiny camera that she can take. It's a digital camera. She absolutely loved it. It got crushed recently in our van door on accident, so we're getting her another one, but I don't have it at the moment. But I wanted to mention that, and I'll link it down below because I think that is so fun. Once your kids are a little bit older, I would say probably like 2.5 and above, so that they can actually kind of start taking responsibility for it and know how it works and all that kind of thing. But they can take it around with them. It has a little lanyard around their neck, so they can just take it with them when you go out for adventures, when you go to the zoo, when you go to the park, when you just go for a walk down the street. It is so cool to see through their pictures like what they think is cool and interesting and beautiful. It's just really fun. So I hope this was helpful. I will have all of the links to the specific products I mentioned down in the description below, and then I will also have a link to a board where I share more of our favorite toys, because I have a board on Amazon where you can see a bunch of our favorite toys. So not just the ones listed in here, but other ones that we love and use frequently as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was encouraging in some way or gave you some ideas for Christmas as you're Christmas shopping and grabbing things for your kids or other kids that you love. And if you're new around here, I would love for you to subscribe and join this family. And if you're not new around here, thank you so much for watching another video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, friends!